I think the really neat thing about a synthesis center like this is that you can be bringing together so many different knowledge sets and perspectives, disciplines together. And you can end up, through that exchange of knowledge, you have new ideas, new connections between different data sets. And I think you can make a huge amount of progress by having that interplay between all these different ideas.
Yeah, I agree. And I think one of the potential advantages of this centre is what I always keep on, who's missing for the conversation, who's missing from the dialogue. And there's a real opportunity here to bring humans, non-humans, to the table, to be able to bring their perspectives to what is essentially really just a scientist and social scientist and economist talk. And then there are others that we really need to integrate their perspectives. So I'm really looking forward to that potential opportunity.
And I think bringing together, having, in particular, different decision makers, people who are actually perhaps implementing different policies, is really helpful for kind of knowing the bounds of kind of what might be feasible, but what are the institutional constraints, but also just that building of trust and that sharing of knowledge as you develop, answers to some of these really challenging questions.
Yeah, we need to get to know each other. We need to be coming to get into together to come up with ideas, new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things.
So I'll start by saying I am really, really excited that this centre has been established, and really to you, Sandy, for putting the effort. It takes time and effort to convince people to fund a particular initiative and to then get the funding to make things happen. But a synthesis centre such as this one on covering invasion biology in forests enables us to really dig deeply into the transdisciplinary questions that are so important. So pathologists, entomologists such as myself think about pathogens. This is the story about, give a person a hammer and he or she will find a nail. And this is how our minds work, and certainly it's how my mind works. But the great opportunity, and it's not only the opportunity, the urgency lies in transdisciplinary communication and thinking. So we have, for instance, heard some presentations in this inaugural symposium. What a wonderful thing to be involved in an inaugural symposium. But we have heard that every working party that comes out of this should have a social scientist involved, and a policy person, and a psychiatrist maybe, or a psychologist to analyze us. But to drive the discussion and the understanding and the research across the disciplines of the plant, the pathogen, the insect, the people, the products, the stakeholders, and that's what's going to come out of the centre. I'm absolutely convinced of it. And I know it has a term, I think you might have, or somebody had mentioned, about 5 years. That it won't end there. I can tell you it won't end there, because the successes will be so great that it will continue in the hands of others, and hopefully the others will be the young people that are mentored through these early years.
Yeah, so obviously this is a wonderful opportunity for bringing together experts from different disciplines who don't necessarily speak with each other. So typically you have like entomologists talking to entomologists, or it's maybe even only specialists of bark beetles that talk to their colleagues about bark beetles. Now here at FISC, we can discuss with people from different disciplines, not only entomologists and pathologists and people studying plant invasions, and we can exchange ideas and learn from each other, but there are also social scientists and economists, and so collectively we can really get a bigger picture and a better idea of what's going on and what the key issues are, and how collectively we can help to provide solutions for some of these issues. So I think that is like a key contribution, and from everything that I've seen so far, I'm quite convinced that FISC is going to provide some really wonderful insights and useful solutions for some of these issues.